So far, we've been creating a bingo card, and as I've mentioned, the bingo card isn't exactly accurate. Here's an example of what we've got so far, and when you reload the page, you'll notice that yes, we get random numbers between 1 and 75 everywhere throughout the card. But that's not really how an actual bingo card works. An actual bingo card has certain limits on what can be in each column. For instance, in the B column, you can have numbers 1 through 15, numbers 16 through 30 can be an I, N can have 31 through 45, G can have 46 through 60, and O can have 61 through 75. Now, we can figure that out numerically by, instead of taking a random number between 1 and 75, we take a random number between 1 and 15. And if we're in the B column, we add 0. If we're in the I column, we add 15. N, we add 30, G, we add 45, and O, we add 60. Or to make the math just a little bit easier for computers, this is the same as taking a random number between 1 and 15 and adding 0 times 15, which is 0, 1 times 15, which is 15, 2 times 15, which is 30, 3 times 15 is 45, and 4 times 15 is 60. But the end result we want is that everything in the B column is going to be a random number between 1 and 15 plus 0. I's are 1 through 15 and 15. N's are 1 through 15 and 30, and so on. So we're going to have to change our code to do that. Now, in order to do that, we need to add something to our code called an array. So let's switch over to our text editor. Here's our HTML file. It's not changing, but we want to add some stuff to our JavaScript file. For those following along in the exercise files, this is Chapter 5, Example 4. Right now we're looking at script.js. So what we want to do is add an array. An array is a group of like data where we want to be able to refer to individual pieces. So, for instance, what we need, as you saw a moment ago, is the numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4 multiplied by 15, and then our random number added. But we can't just pick out numbers 0 through 4 randomly. We have to store them in a set order. So we're going to store that set order in our new array, which we're going to call column place. So we say var call place equals new array. And it begins and ends with parentheses and a semicolon, of course. And in between there, we can put any group of like data types. So what we want to do is have one number for every square on the board. Remember, the squares go from 0 to 24, and each of them is in one of those 5 columns. We can't just do 0 through 4 over and over again because, remember, there's a free space right in the middle. So we say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we can copy this and paste it in 5 times. But then we still need to take out the very middle 2 because that's our free space. And if we don't take that one out, we're going to end up with too many numbers. So we take out that free space, take out that ending comma. So going across the top row, our multipliers is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Second row, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Third row, 0, 1, 3, 4, skipping the 2 for the free space. Fourth row, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And bottom row, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So now our new num needs to be set based on that calculation that I showed in that chart. So it's going to be call place, and then you pass an array, a value, inside square brackets. And the number we want, well, we know what it is. It's this square. That's a number. So we're going to pass it something between 0 and 24, and we'll get back what our column number is. Take that, multiply it by 15, and you get the column offset, we can call it. And then now instead of a random number between 1 and 75, we want a random number between 1 and 15. And that is now our new number. So we save this. switch back to our file, load it into the browser, and now if you notice, all of our columns have the correct range of values in each column. And you can reload this, and you should always get your values within the correct range. Now, there's still some problems here. If you notice, we've got 2 10s, and that's not valid. Or somebody who had that bingo card, if 10 came up, would be very happy. So we still have some changes that we can make to our bingo card, but for this step, what we wanted to cover was creating an array, filling it full of values, and then reading values out of that array again so that we could get our correct numbers into each column. Next up is more about functions.